Hey everyone, Murray Rundis here reporting for the Fatima Center. I'm here in Rome, and just a few minutes ago we saw black smoke coming from the Sistine Chapel. And this is the second day of voting, and what this means is that there's been 3 consecutive votes or ballots that have been inconclusive. They haven't found a pope. The first night, last night, we saw black smoke much later in the evening than we thought we would see it. The Vatican told us it would be around 7:15. We didn't see it until 2 or 3 hours after the early expectations, and even the latest expectations, it was hours later. And people have speculated about what that is. There's been some leaks that have been out, or people just speculating that the Vatican homilist took much more time with his homily than he was given. He was supposed to give a 15-minute homily. He ended up giving 50 minutes. How people obtain that information, it's unclear at the moment. We won't really know anything conclusively, as the cardinals have sworn to secrecy. So maybe we learned it from a Vatican worker or something like that. This morning, if we were going to see a pope, we would have seen white smoke. We didn't see white smoke this morning, and so what that means is that second vote was inconclusive. No pope there. And then finally here around 12, we saw black smoke, which means now there's been 3 votes. So what does this mean? Well, the votes tonight are going to be very important just from a historical standpoint. Benedict XVI and John Paul I were both elected with 4 ballots, 4 rounds of voting. Francis was elected with 5. There's going to be 2 tonight, so if we were going to follow those historical trends, we might see a pope tonight. But what I also think this means is that indeed Cardinal Parolin did lose a lot of steam coming into this conclave. I spoke with a lot of Vatican journalists, a lot of people here in Rome who, in many ways, there was a consensus that Parolin had the votes. Many people were despondent, thinking he had the votes necessary to come in, capitalize on that energy, and simply walk away with the papacy. I think that's simply not come to pass. Parolin lost a lot of steam with some scandals, some associations with things that were undesirable for many of these cardinals. Doesn't look like he's the pick. I also think with each passing vote, the conservatives get a better chance. I think there's cardinals in there who would be skeptical of some of the existing progressives, and the progressives might have to give the conservatives a few concessions, or they might have to find a compromise candidate, somebody like a provost from Chicago, or Pizzaballa, who's of course a very popular man here and on the internet. So we're going to have to wait and see. Let's make sure that we're praying for the cardinals and that we're praying for the church. These men have the message of Fatima in their hands if they become pope. And so they have a lot of responsibility. They have a lot of duties that they must attend to. Let's do our job as the church militant to come together, pray for the mystical body of Christ as we select a new leader for the Catholic Church.